Hey, what's up guys? Hope we're doing very fantastic today. It's a Man here with the demo of Beyond Gensokyo, a Touhou fan game where he plays a photographer who discovers a new world, only to be followed by a mysterious entity. Now, real quick, before I jump into gameplay, I'd like to let you guys know that if you guys like content feature on any future videos, then well, all do is just leave a comment. Just leave a comment. And so, without further ado, let's begin Beyond Gensokyo. So, start. Okay. Oh. So, beyond the world known to humans, hidden from maps, satellites, and historical records, exists a place that defies modern logic, Gensokyo. This place is a land where myths still breathe, where magic is as natural as the wind, and where stories forgotten by the world found a refuge for survival. This place is separated from the rest of reality by a powerful border known simply as the Barrier. Inside the Barrier, time seems to move differently. The humans living there lead quiet lives, often without being fully aware of how extraordinary their surroundings are. However, Gensokyo is not a paradise. When something breaks the balance, what is known as an incident occurs. This is a story that begins on that blurred boundary, and when someone is forced to discover what it really means to live outside the Barrier. Alright. The Barrier. The morning wind swept through the Hakode Shrine with an almost ceremonial calm. The leaves moved slowly, and the forest seemed to breathe at the same rhythm as the world. I stood there for a few seconds, gazing at the torii, as if expecting something to happen. Nothing happened. I let out a sigh and smiled wearily. I guess today really is going to be one of those boring days. And when I say boring, I mean miraculously peaceful. I walked down the steps calmly and sat on them, resting my hands at my sides. The morning sun was pleasant, warm without being bothersome. If someone had told me years ago that I wished for incident-free days, I probably would have laughed. But now, they don't sound so bad. I looked at the forest in front of me. Gensokyo is always on the verge of something, even when everything seems calm. There is an invisible tension floating in the air. Today, instead, nothing. I closed my eyes and let the silence settle in. Maybe I can finally take a little break. The wind changed direction. I didn't feel danger or hostility, but there was a new presence, discreet, like an idea that doesn't quite take shape. A figure was walking among the trees, unhurried, as if she had all the time in the world. She didn't disturb the branches or the leaves. I watched her as curiosity fills me. You know, if you're going to appear from the forest, the normal thing would be to make a bit more noise. That way you'd avoid unnecessary misunderstandings. Interesting. You don't receive me with hostility, nor with surprise, only with observation. After so many years, one learns to distinguish between a threat and something different. I still don't know which of the two categories you fit into. I like that. Most react too quickly. They attack before understanding. Who are you? My name is Kurohana, Shrine Maiden. Tell me, what do you do when there's nothing to protect? I don't usually think about that. When there are no incidents, I simply wait. You wait for something to break the calm? I suppose so. It's part of the job. How curious. Living in a world built to preserve the old, and yet being trapped in a routine. Gensokyo exists because someone has to look after it. Routines aren't always chains. If you can't let go of that routine for even a day without the world falling apart, then you aren't the guardian. You're the prisoner. You know, I have a mirror that not only shows your reflection, it also shows what you carry. If you've come to offer me a strange deal, I'm warning you now that I'm not interested. It's not a deal, it's a question. How much of you would still be Reimu Hakude if you stopped remembering why you are her? Your duty is an anchor that ties us to this place. Look at this artifact and let go of control. To escape, I need your mind to stop being a wall and become a door. Oh, oh man, she looks hypnotized. I felt a slight, oh no wonder, I felt a slight dizziness. Nothing abrupt, like accumulated tiredness. Since when do my thoughts weigh this much? The mirror began to reflect something other than my face. I feel the air vibrating softly. How the barrier responds weakly. Ah, so this is the limit. I always wanted to know what lies beyond. I understood everything too late. So, all of this? You wanted to make a crack in the barrier? Curiosity is a powerful force. And you were tired. I feel a portal beginning to form. Slow, silent, inevitable. The air in front of us vibrates more aggressively. Oh, do not fear. I don't want to destroy you. I'm just curious. Gensokyo consumes you little by little, and no one does anything. Taking you out of here is the only real act of mercy you'll see in your life. Uh-oh. Come, take my hand. Let's go on a little excursion, Shrine Maiden. Don't worry. You don't have to look after anything anymore. Oh no. Finally, you're just Reimu. My mind was clouded. The barrier, my shrine, the incidents, everything was blurry, as if it belonged to another life. The only clear thing was the portal and the sensation of lightness running through my body. My training, my responsibilities as a shrine maiden, everything seemed distant, irrelevant. I nodded unconsciously, and, without fully understanding why, I took her hand and took a step forward. So this is what lies beyond the barrier. If I cross that crack, will the peace stay with me? Because if the weight comes back all at once, I think it will crush me. I cannot promise you peace, because I don't know what is on the other side. But that weight you feel is an invention of Gensokyo. I assure you that out there, the sky doesn't need you to hold it. Wait, the sky doesn't need you to hold it up. I'll only give you the open door. How you decide to face that vastness is up to you. Oh boy. Oh no. This is not good. Meanwhile, elsewhere... Elsewhere? What is elsewhere? A bedroom. That's what. So, I opened my eyes. There was no noise, no nightmares, just the automatic click of my brain switching on when it shouldn't. I turned my head toward the clock on the nightstand. 3:14 a.m. Fantastic. I closed my eyes again. I tried to breathe deeply, count sheep, count dead pixels, whatever. Nothing. I'm as wide awake as if nothing. I'm as wide awake as if I'd had 3 coffees. I shift a little, looking for a comfortable position. The mattress makes a slight noise. Unconsciously, I stretch my leg out to the left. Cold. I pull my leg back instantly. It's a conditioned reflex at this point. Touching that frozen spot is like touching a live wire. It's been 6 months, Sheen. The bed isn't going to warm itself by magic. I stare at the ceiling in the gloom. I can see the damp spot in the corner. It looks like a map of a country that doesn't exist. She took the good sheets, by the way. A smart tactical move. I chuckle quietly, a dry sound that dies quickly in the room. I'm not angry, really. She needed to leave, and I opened the door for her. I think this is Kurohana talking? Yeah. No drama, no begging, like a functional adult. If you love something, let it go. And then stare at the ceiling at 3 in the morning. It's better this way for sure. If I had asked her to stay, she would have eventually hated me, or worse, she would have gotten bored. People always leave. It's the only universal constant alongside gravity. I turn on my side, turning my back to the empty space. I hug myself, crossing my arms over my chest. It's self-protection, not loneliness. There's a technical difference. I wish something would happen. I don't know. Like a UFO landing in the yard, or a ghost passing through the wall. Something to break this routine of work, eat, try to sleep, repeat. But make it a polite ghost, one that scares a little and leaves. I don't have the energy to deal with a specter that has unfinished business. I don't want commitments. I don't want to have to take care of anyone, nor anyone promising to take care of me. Promises are just future debts that no one knows if they can pay. I sigh, tired of my own internal monologue. I look at the clock again. 3:25 a.m. 11 minutes of cheap introspection, a new record. I feel that tightness in my stomach, that emptiness that isn't hunger. I could analyze it, cry a little, feel sorry for myself. Or I could get up. The alarm was going to go off in 2 hours anyway. I run my hand through my hair, resigned. I have to be at the temple ruins by sunrise. The local Echoes magazine wants a special on forgotten places. They specifically asked for morning light and mystical atmosphere. I'll get things ready calmly. It's still too early for the golden hour. Ironies of life. I'm going to get paid to take photos of broken and abandoned things to make them look pretty. I look at my gear bag in the corner. Tripod, lenses, batteries, my only stable relationships. Well, time to work. I sit up in bed. The air is cool. At least, cameras don't wake up one day and tell you they need to find themselves. I put on my slippers and go out into the hallway, leaving the bed unmade. Just as it should be. Except you have to make the bed. It'll at least make things feel better, no? Well, we'll see. The GPS said you have reached your destination and turned off. Quite symbolic. I left the car at the foot of the hill. The rest of the way is muscle power. There it is, at the end of the vanishing point. The sun is barely peeking over the horizon, cutting through the mist with golden knives. The path stretches out before me, endless, a straight line toward the old structure. The golden hour. I have 20 minutes before this magical light turns into a plain, ordinary morning. I adjust my backpack. The early morning cold still bites, but walking will warm me up quickly. The temple looks small in the distance, a black silhouette cut against the sky igniting an orange. Dramatic. I like it. I pick up the pace. My boots crunch against the stone ground. It's a race against the Earth's rotation. If I don't get there before the sun clears the tree line, I lose the long shadows. On the sides of the path, the dew on the grass shines as if diamonds had been thrown into the ground. Local Echoes is going to love this. Morning mysticism? Just as they asked. The sun hits me head on. I have to squint. The temple in the background seems to float in a halo of light, almost unreal. It's like walking toward a controlled fire. Step by step, the structure gains volume. The black silhouette begins to reveal textures. Gray wood, broken tiles, moss. Come on, Sheen. Don't stop to admire the scenery. Shoot first, admire later. Finally, the distance gives way. Oh. I arrive panting at the foot of the stairs. The air up here is pure, cold, and smells of forest. Done. Just in time. The sun is at the perfect angle, bathing the courtyard in liquid gold. I set down the backpack carefully. My fingers are numb from the cold, but they work fast out of muscle memory. I unfold the tripod. The metal legs make a satisfying clack. ISO 200, aperture f5.6, shutter speed, let's see, 160. I look through the viewfinder. The composition is incredible. The long path behind me, the grazing light. I'm about to freeze this perfect moment. But then, the light changes. I pull my eye away from the viewfinder. A cloud? No, the sky is clear. I look through the viewfinder again, and I blink, confused. Ah, damn it. I pull away sharply. The viewfinder just spit a ray of pure light into my retina. I look at the camera's LCD screen. The histogram is pinned to the right. The image is an absolute white square. What? Did the diaphragm break? It was exposing fine a second ago. Then I notice it. The heat. It's not cold anymore. I feel the sun sting in my neck. Heavy, aggressive. Sweat runs down my temple. I look up at the sky, but the sun is not on the horizon. It's almost right above my head. What time is it? Did I fall asleep standing up? How many minutes passed? It makes no sense. I just blinked. I rub my eyes, trying to adjust my vision to the sudden glare of noon. The long, dramatic shadows are gone. Everything is flat and harsh. I look down at the temple again, seeking a logical explanation for my temporary insanity. And then, my breath catches. What? Oh, there she is. Reimu. I'm not alone. In front of the main building, where a second ago there was nothing but rotting wood and dust, there's a girl. Red and white. Big ribbons. She looks like a cosplayer? She's standing with her back to the temple entrance, staring into nothingness with a lost look. I didn't hear her come up. I didn't see her walk up the long path. It's as if the editing cut in my brain pasted her. Wait, it's as if the editing cut in my brain pasted her there. A copy and paste in reality. Hey. My voice comes out rasping. She blinks and turns her head toward me slowly. She doesn't look like a ghost. She casts a shadow, but there's something about her presence that makes my camera feel like it weighs a ton. Are you the caretaker of this place? Her voice is clear, authoritative. She doesn't sound like someone who just got lost in the woods. The caretaker? The priest, the monk, the janitor, whatever. This shrine is a mess. Look at all that dust, and the tiles are about to fall off. It's a disgrace. If a god lived here, they would have moved out by now out of pure indignation. What's wrong with this girl? She appears out of nowhere and starts criticizing the Wait, what's wrong with this girl? She appears out of nowhere and starts criticizing the maintenance. Is she a municipal inspector in cosplay? Huh. Hey, wait a second. This place has been abandoned for decades. The real question is, what are you doing here? Are you alone? What am I doing here? I was sitting alone, I think. There was noise. Something breaking. It doesn't matter. I'm here now and it's too hot. Hey, you! The one with the black box. It's a camera. Whatever. Do you have tea or water? My mouth feels dry. Unbelievable. The stranger appears out of nowhere in a ruin, dressed with detached sleeves and giant ribbons, and demands drinks from me. I don't have tea. I have a bottle of lukewarm water in my backpack. That works. She holds out her hand, expecting me to give it to her. Not a please, not a thank you, just pure expectation. Here. I hand her the bottle. The girl drinks eagerly, but with a certain elegance, as if she were used to ceremonies, not cheap plastic bottles. It tasted like warm plastic, but I'm alive. Tell me something. This place feels empty. There are no yokai, no spirits. The air is dead. Where are we exactly? This isn't near Yokai Mountain, is it? Yokai? Spirits? Okay, she's definitely deep in character. I don't know what a Yokai Mountain is. We are 20 kilometers from the city and the old temple ruins. City? The outside world? For the first time, her expression changes. It's not fear, it's genuine surprise, as if she had just confirmed a ridiculous suspicion. Wow, that explains the lack of everything. Great, just great. Hey, human! My name is Shin. Shin, fine, I am Reimu. Reimu? It's a name. Ancient. It suits her. Since you don't have tea, I guess you'll have to take me to that city of yours. I don't plan on walking in this heat, and I'm not going to waste spiritual energy flying if I'm not getting paid. Do you have any kind of transport? A horse? A palanquin? I just stare at her. It's absurd, it's surreal. But I look at my camera. The screen still shows that burnt white impossible photo. And I look at Reimu, who seems to fit in this world about as well as a fish on a bicycle. I don't have horses. I have a car. It's down there, at the foot of the hill. Car? Ah, those noisy iron boxes Sanae talks about. She's always telling me things about the human world. She said they move on their own and smell like black smoke. Oh yeah, because Sana is from the outside... Well, she was originally from the outside world. Yeah. Anyways. I guess it'll do. As long as I don't have to move on my feet. Unbelievable. I'm offering to take her in my... Wait. Unbelievable. I'm offering to take her in my Bonda Mimic. Oh boy. Instead of a Honda Civic. Bonda Mimic. Unbelievable. I'm offering to take her in my Bonda Mimic, and she acts like she's doing me a favor by getting into my iron box, quote-unquote. I let out a short, nervous laugh. Yeah, it's a box that moves on its own. Let's go. I pick up my tripod. The photo session is over. I think I just found something much more complicated than a pretty ruin. The engine starts. The air conditioning starts blowing. Look at the Bondo logo, oh my goodness. So, I look in the rearview mirror. The temple is no longer visible, just trees and the road. I look at the passenger seat. Reimu is stiff. Her hands are clutching the dashboard as if she expects the car to explode at any moment. It feels unstable. It shakes too much. And it makes an infernal noise. How do you stand this constant roaring? It's a 4-cylinder engine, not a dragon. And we're going for 40 kilometers per hour. Flying is fluid and silent. There it is again. Flying. She says it so naturally that I'm almost worried about her mental health. Put on your seatbelt, please. It's the strap next to you. Belt? What for? Are you going to try to tie me up? It's the law. And it's so you don't go flying through the windshield if I brake suddenly. What a nuisance. It's like a physical restriction seal. Done! I feel trapped. Welcome to civilization. I drive in silence for a few minutes. The situation is starting to weigh on me. I have a girl dressed as a Miko in my car, with no ID, who claims to come from a place that doesn't exist. So, Reimu, when we get to the city, where do I drop you off? Do you have family, friends, another temple? Drop me off? I don't know. Just take me to the nearest shrine. I'm sure I can talk to the person in charge. People in the trade understand each other. I scratch the back of my neck. This is going to be difficult. Reimu, there aren't many active shrines in the city. Most are for tourists or are closed. And I don't think they'll let you stay over just because you're in the guild. What are you implying? I am the Hakure Shrine Maiden. I am not a vagrant. I didn't say that. I'm just asking if you have resources. Money? Yen? Yen? In Gensokyo, we use everything. Coins, barter, sometimes strange mushrooms. Strange mushrooms, dude. If you say strange mushrooms to a guy from the outside world, they're gonna think you're referring to like psilocybin mushrooms or something, or magic mushrooms, quote unquote. But I suppose you mean donations. I see her looking for something in her pockets. Oh. What? I have nothing. Not a single coin, not a talisman, nothing. I tense up at the wheel. Wait, are you telling me you have no money, no phone, you don't know anyone, and you don't know where you are? Basically. But I'm hungry. So, Sheen, before you drop me off anywhere, you'll have to treat me to a meal. Consider it your donation to the shrine for having rescued me. I almost slam on the brakes. Unbelievable. She is absolutely broke, lost in an unknown dimension, according to her, and her priority is demanding lunch from me? This isn't a donation, it's a robbery. Call it what you want. My stomach doesn't understand semantics. I sigh deeply. A long and painful sigh. Look at the road, Sheen. Don't look at her. If I leave her on the street, the police will pick her up in 5 minutes or worse. Fine. Let's go eat, but after that, we have to figure out what to do with you. That's a problem for future, Sheen. Now, food. Great, now I have a human pet. Human pet? Entering the family diner with a girl dressed as a fantasy priestess is an experience I do not recommend. I feel everyone's eyes. The students at the back table are laughing and taking out their phones. They probably think we are an otaku couple on a weird date. I wish it were that. It smells like burnt oil and sugar. It's an aggressive smell. It's called fast food. Sit there, please, away from the window. Wow. These drawings are very detailed. Does the food really look like this? They are photos, and no, in reality it looks sadder, but it tastes good. The prices are very big numbers. 800, 1200. How much faith is needed to get 1200 of your currency? About 2 hours of my working life? Pick whatever you want, it's on me. But don't go overboard. I want this, the supreme meat tower with melted cheese. And that thing they call forest fruit parfait. Of course, she picks the most expensive and caloric item on the menu. She has a supernatural instinct for emptying wallets. Right, one supreme tower and a dessert. Anything else, your highness? Tea, green, and make it hot. 10 minutes later, the meat tower has been annihilated. Reimu eats with alarming speed, but without spilling a single drop. It's like watching an elegant vacuum cleaner. Strange. The flavor is dense. Too much salt, too many spices, but it fills the spiritual void of the stomach. It's saturated fat. That fills any void. I barely touch my coffee. I watch her while she attacks the dessert. Under that horrible fluorescent restaurant light, she still looks out of place. It's not just the clothes, it's her skin, too pale. Her eyes, which sometimes seem to glow a little red when the shadow hits them. Hey, Reimu? Back at the ruins, you said some weird things. You asked about a yokai mountain. You said the air was dead. Where exactly do you come from? And don't tell me from the shrine. I want the name of the place. I come from Gensokyo. What? Gensokyo, the land of illusion. It's where the forgotten live. Gods, yokai, and me. It is separated from this side by the great Hakure barrier. I stare at her. She says it with astonishing naturalness. A barrier. A land of illusions. And what do you do there? Are you the gatekeeper? I am the Hakure Shrine Maiden. I am the pillar of the barrier. I maintain the balance. If yokai misbehave, I exterminate them. If humans get into trouble, I save them. It's a full-time job. No vacations. But now I feel nothing. Not the barrier, not the shrine. It's as if I've been given forced vacations. And honestly, this parfait is better pay than what I usually receive for saving the world. She sounds crazy, completely delusional. Gensokyo, barrier, yokai. I should get up and leave. I should leave her here. But I look at my backpack, where the camera is. That white photo, the time jump, her appearing out of nowhere. Finish your dessert. It's getting late. We walk out into the street. The afternoon sun is starting to set. My wallet is lighter. My patience, too. That was acceptable. A bit heavy, but acceptable. Right, Shin, I am fed. Now I need a place to sleep. Preferably with a clean futon and no drafts. Here it comes. The moment of truth. Reimu, listen. I can't take you to a hotel because you have no ID. I can't take you to the police because they will interrogate you and probably lock you in a psychiatric ward if you talk about yokai. And there are no temples with room service around here. So, are you suggesting I sleep on the street? I could do it, but if someone tries to rob me while I sleep, I'm not responsible for their injuries. I look at the sky. I curse my luck. I curse Local Echo's magazine. And I curse the fact that I can't leave a lost girl on the street. No, you're not going to sleep on the street. I have a sofa in my apartment. Your house? You are a single man. You live alone. I tense up. Do I have a sign on my forehead? How? It's obvious. Your iron box is full of dust on the passenger seat. No one sits there usually. You don't wear a ring. Your clothes smell like cheap fabric softener. And most importantly, if you had someone waiting for you at home, you would have called hours ago to explain why you are taking a stranger to dinner. But your phone hasn't rung once. Ouch, that hurt more than a kick. Her observational capacity is terrifying. Okay, Sherlock, understood. I am pathetically single. Well, looking at you closely, you don't seem like a threat to me. I just hope you don't snore. I'm a light sleeper. And it's just for tonight. Tomorrow we'll look for a real solution. Good. You have an inoffensive face. And your car is comfortable, although the noise it makes me nervous. Come on, Sheen. Take me to your lair. I need a place to spend the night. She walks toward the car without waiting for me. Inoffensive. Ha! If only she knew that the only dangerous thing in my apartment is the expiration date on the milk in my fridge. I take out the keys. This is a bad idea, the worst of all. But it's the only one I have. Right. I open the door and turn on the light. The fluorescent bulb flickers once before illuminating my organized mess. Organized mess? Welcome to my palace. Don't trip over the shoes. It's compact. The walls are very close together. Don't you feel suffocated here? It's called cozy, and it's what I can afford. Sheen, I need to wash up. The ride in your iron box left me smelling like smoke, and the city... I need a hot bath. Where's the nearest river, or do you have a well? I have something better. Come. This is a shower. You turn this to the left for hot water, to the right for cold. Don't touch anything else, and please don't use my towel. There's a clean one on the shelf. I am also leaving you a shirt to change into. Water comes out of the wall? Hot? No fire, no magic? Natural gas. Almost magic. You have 20 minutes. 20 minutes? I drop it to the sofa. Silence returns to the apartment, broken only by the sound of running water. It's surreal. I have a shrine maiden showering in my bathroom. Half an hour later, the apartment is silent. That shower is a fascinating invention. Hot water falling like constant rain. I could get used to this world if you guarantee me that every day. I'm glad modern plumbing meets your approval. Here, pillow and blanket. I set up the sofa as best I can. Thank you, human. Turn off the light, and don't make noise. Tomorrow I have to find a way to go back. Good night, Reimu. I wait a few seconds in the dark until I hear her breathing become slow and rhythmic. She fell asleep instantly. Incredible. I tiptoe toward my room and close the door softly. I'm exhausted. I should throw myself in bed and forget this absurd day. But I can't. My eyes drift to the camera bag thrown in the corner. That damn photo. Professional curiosity is a disease. I need to know why it came out white. Was it the sensor? Was it the light? I take out the memory card. I connect it to the computer. Let's see. Here it is. File DSC0451.RAW. It's a white square. The histogram is blown out to the right. Let's see if I can salvage anything. I open the editor. I lower the exposure to the minimum. I recover the highlights. I increase the contrast. Come on, show me what was there. My blood runs cold. In the photo, it's not just the empty temple. In front of the entrance is Reimu. But something is wrong. Technically impossible. The background is tack sharp. I shot with a tripod, f5.6. I can count the cracks in the temple wood. But she is a blur. Her edges dissolve into the light. At 1/60th of a second, a standing person should come out sharp, frozen. It's not motion blur, it's not out of focus. It's transparency, as if the light had passed through her. as if the camera sensor couldn't decide if she was there or not. But that's not what stops my heart. Behind her, as if it were her shadow, there's someone else. A woman. Black hair, dark dress. She is looking directly at the lens. She is looking at me. Reimu said she was alone. A shiver runs down my spine. I have the sudden and terrible feeling that I didn't just bring a shrine maiden into my house. I brought something else. And that something might be watching me right now from the darkness of the living room. Fear paralyzes me. What does my instinct dictate? So, hold on. Let me see if I can save here. Save on this slot. Here we are. So what does my instinct dictate? Close the laptop. If I ignore it, maybe it's not real. So let's see what happens if we choose this. Close the laptop. If I ignore it, maybe it's not real. I slammed the lid shut. My breathing is the only thing heard in the room. Tomorrow I'll kick Reimu out and go back to my normal life. There has to be a logical explanation. End of demo. You chose the path of fear. Most humans would. Dang. Thanks for playing. No problem. Okay, yeah, so let me load the save real quick. And so let's see what happens when we click save the file. So save the file. This is the proof of my life. My fingers tremble, but I press save. I don't know what you are, but I will oh my goodness, we're going full on Liam Neeson mode. So I don't know what you are, but I will find you. The truth is worth more than my fear. Oh my goodness. We're just going full on Liam Neeson mode now. So I don't know what you are, but I will find you. The truth is worth more than my fear. So end of demo. You chose the path of curiosity. The truth sometimes has a high price. Uh-oh. Thanks for playing. Now one more time. Let's see. So get up and check on Reimu. She could be in danger. So get up and check on Reimu. She could be in danger. I turn toward the closed door. If that shadow followed her here, she is helpless on the sofa. I can't leave her alone. End of demo. You chose the path of protection. Maybe you aren't as alone as you think. Thanks for playing. Yeah, so I'm actually, dude. So right off the bat, I like the way that I like the way that everything is written. Like, I like how descriptive all the words are. Like honestly, the way that it's written, I think this Touhou visual novel would definitely make for a good audiobook. Cause honestly, dude, like I really like how descriptive the writing is. Yeah. Like I said, like I think it would make for a good audiobook. Yeah. What else? Oh, and I also like the artwork as well. Not only like not only the backgrounds, but also like the CG, the character CGs as well. Although so far I think we've only seen what, like 2 different CGs. One for Kurohana and the other for Reimu. And I guess technically one for Shin as well, because I noticed that Shin briefly appeared on the driver's seat of the car. Yeah. But you know, I'm actually liking this demo so far. Like I said, I really like the descriptive writing. I really like the artwork. And I'm actually interested in the story too. Matter of fact, as a Touhou fan myself, I've always wanted to see like a fan game that actually took place like in the outside world and actually showed like what it would look like if one of the characters actually did try to live life in the outside world. Because like right off the bat, like I predicted that that Reimu was gonna have a hard time adjusting to things because, you know, in Gensokyo, all that modern technology doesn't really exist. Although magic does indeed exist in Gensokyo, so I guess that counts. But and so because of that, that's why Reimu was all like, "Oh my goodness, what is this? A shower? A car?" Yeah. But then again, though, I mean, because I would have expected for her to have at least like some exposure to the outside world's technology, considering that sometimes outside world relics do end up in Korindo, or at least they're sold at Korindo in Rinosuke's shop. Yeah. But no, I mean, like I said, I can't wait to see where this goes. The developer does have a Twitter page where you can follow the development of the game, which I'll leave a link to in the description down below. But I mean, honestly, like, I can't wait to see more of it. Can't wait to see the full version. Really, really interested so far. And yeah, you know, I really like this Touhou fan game, this Touhou visual novel. Yeah. But anyways, that's it. So, this was Beyond Gensokyo, a Touhou fan game demo played by the man himself. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And finally, as all gamers say, peace out and stay gnarly, amigos!